Hello, hello, hello. We are back again. Another episode of the pregame.
Another one.
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Or a tough one.
I mean, a lot's happened.
A lot has happened.
Good God Almighty.
How's your week, baby?
Sweet baby Jesus. Infantile Moses.
Yeah.
Praise be Allah, you know?
We have a lot to say that isn't travel related at all.
Let's just cut right to it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
How do we do it?
We're like in the middle of the week. This is, happened at the beginning of, all right, this is Monday.
Let's paint the picture. So it's Monday, 9:02 a.m.
I open my email. Work email, not my.
Because, he's like just has sleep in his eyes still, but is opening up the laptop.
Yeah, drinking
We're getting the coffee ready.
All right,
We're back. We're back.
Here we go again. So whatever. Open up my email. Honestly, I have no idea why. I just was like, I need to click this out because I delete all my email. I don't read any of them, to be honest.
I didn't even know you saw your work email first thing when you woke up Monday morning. That's the first time I knew that. 2 years and a half of dating you.
I thought you were saying that that you're like, I didn't even know you knew how to open your work email.
Do you know your password?
But you're kind of saying that. Anyway, no, exactly. I don't know. Is it instinctual, intuition? I have no idea. But I did, right? So we've been going through, it's called a transition time. So we knew that things are happening. And
Changes
usually
are coming.
In corporate America, I've learned, I'm so new to it, but what I've learned is when changes are coming, that means people are getting fucking fired.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Right. There was so it was like a really long email, guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking 6 paragraphs. Wasn't it? Is that not a lot?
Bro, that is long.
That's a really long email.
I was like, put it in a tweet. All right, 120 characters or what the fuck? So
you skimmed down to paragraph 4.
Yeah, immediately.
That's what I'm saying. Labeled,
for us.
How does this affect you?
Us, yes.
And it was underlined.
I went right to it. I don't know how. Once again,
I don't know how.
I just was like, boom, that's important, obviously. And it was like, I don't want to fuck this up because it's so terrible. Basically, it says...
Should we pull it up?
Yeah, actually, let's do it. We're going to pause this real quick. Wait, are we going to break an NDA if we do that?
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Shouldn't tell them.
We'll probably get sued by $1 billion company.
Should we even talk about it?
Yeah, why not?
No, whatever.
No one knows where we work. Beep.
But the last sentence of that paragraph said, your last day is May 13th.
Yeah.
So Will's freaking out and I run over from making my tea and I'm like, what? Your last day? No. And you were actually the calm one. You were like, no, it sounds like it's like a templated mass email. And I'm like, it says your
And then I was like,
day.
And that's also I'm saying, can you check your shit?
Yeah.
So you got the same email.
So I haven't even opened my laptop. Obviously, I go right to it. I have the same thing. But then I start actually reading the email. And it's basically letting us know we as a company today are going to be informed at 5:30 who is being let go. There is a massive reduction in force taking place.
You like that word? You see how they did that? They somehow, you think they did a study? Someone did a study to go, reduction. That's the best word we can use.
What was wrong with layoffs?
Because, think about it. Reduction sounds better. Reduction, not layoff, fire.
I know.
Let go.
I know. They've done a lot of little very corporate things. I can't say the other one.
It almost worked. So just to start off the Monday.
9 a.m. 9:02.
Guess what? I literally go, you know what? Okay, well, fuck. This is crazy. I'm going to sit on the couch. And Laylee immediately still opens up her laptop and starts working. You fucking sheep. What the motherfucker?
Okay. I just was clearing my emails and waiting for the 10 a.m. meeting where they were going to tell us more about it. And they told us and it was still terrible. Our CEO fucking cried. It was terrible.
Yo, he did. He cried.
And then... Will was like, we're not working. What's the point of working? We're going to get fired at 5:30 maybe. And I guess I'm such a loser. I was I have to work.
2 hours more you worked, I think.
Yeah, but I was watching Friends in the background.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. That checks out. Good for you.
Okay, so at 5:20, your boss messaged you.
Yeah, she DMs me, which is like the furthest from direct communication, I guess.
She don't want no paper trails.
Hell no, man. Even though, we're talking about it. But she was like, hey, do you want the good... Here's the good news. I don't think she said, here's the good news first. She's like, you're not going to be let go.
You're safe.
You're safe. Here's the bad news. I have to fire everyone else in the department. I was like, what the fuck?
In the department.
Everybody. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That is ridiculous. She's like, yeah, I don't.
That's at least 10 more people.
10 or 11? Yeah, manager.
She's like, I have to fire every single other person.
Everyone you worked with,
but
they're
you're
gone.
staying.
You're right. It was, oh my God, it was weird, right?
Yeah. This is at 5:20. I still don't know.
Yeah.
We skipped over all the manager meetings, but whatever.
Oh, right, yeah.
Basically, I have no idea if I'm okay or not, but I thought everyone under me was okay. And at 5:37, the associate, my friend under me, texts me and she's like, I got the email. And I'm like, shit. Also, what sucked is... They said the emails were going to go out around 5:30. I'm sorry. What does that mean? How long am I waiting if it's not at 5:30?
They also were saying, the emails, they'll go out around 5:30. But if you're safe, you don't get one.
You don't get one.
Which is what the fuck, bro? Yeah, no, that's right. That was crazy.
So you got one. And I'm just waiting because I'm like, there could be a glitch. She got one at 5:37. I thought it was going to be off by 3 minutes.
Yeah. So
then at 5:50, I finally just messaged my boss. And I was like, so it's 5:50. Can I assume my job is safe? I need to know.
And what'd she say?
Yes, smiley face.
Yes, no punctuation, new line, smiley face.
I think all together, and that was it.
That was it.
One word and one emoji. I feel so much better.
She's German, and there's nothing more German than...
She's great.
Surviving a Holocaust and showing no emotion.
She's definitely made up for it now.
No, totally. Also, that's bullshit, because you guys are y'all had drinks together. You know? That means something.
I know. But here we are. We made it. We don't know what the fuck is happening.
Everyone we worked with is fired, so we don't know. We're having a, reorganization, essentially, right?
I just learned a new term.
What's that?
Survivor's guilt.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it was such a term.
I didn't. Well, because remember how I was telling you, I was like, that day, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I know this is dramatic metaphor, but I feel like...
You literally...
a plane crash happened and I'm the only survivor. Mm-hmm. And I know that's fucking dramatic. And then someone was like, does anybody else feel survivor's guilt? Which also survivor's guilt, to me, is a dramatic term for that.
Apparently, you were totally correct. I remember hearing that and I was like, yeah, baby, sure, it sounds dramatic, but I get what you're saying. You survived your entire department crashing down. So please feel that.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's a known corporate term also because everyone is using it left and right.
Really?
Where did they all get this from? Yeah, it's in an email. I'm pretty sure we have a call about it tomorrow.
Yeah. No.
From OptumRx.
Really?
Yeah, tune in. Yeah, at 10 a.m. I'm pretty sure they're gonna... It's called how to navigate workplace change.
Oh my God.
And in the description, they mention... What? I have a weird-ass accent right now.
I know.
They mention survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
It's a literal term. I had no idea. Even in corporate America.
I mean, I fell right into it. I did feel it.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but... Also, I grew the fuck up and was like, it's not survivor's guilt. We didn't survive. What are you going to do? Also, it was our remote job. So this entire podcast would have been thrown upside down.
I don't even know what we would have done. We totally put a pause on planning our next trips because we were like, hold the fucking phone.
Because we're going to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Europe is next, coming up. And it was like, well, we can't just be doing that if we don't have jobs.
I know. Definitely not.
Yeah. That'd have been weird. But hey, that's the parallel universe that didn't happen, so.
Yeah, now we're just in like limbo land, basically.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're just getting through it.
Also, maybe Mercury is in retrograde right now.
Probably is.
So also, everybody, my body is fucking sucking right now.
You got hit all at once.
So maybe like 3 days before we even come to New York, right? I'm back home and I fall and break my wrist, right? And I knew it immediately because I fell and I was like, that's not good. That is not good. I look at it and I'm like, that's not good. And I went to urgent care, which by the way, is not urgent and they don't care. I was there for 3 hours and it was terrible. They actually really sucked. And they did an x-ray and they're like, oh, you broke, you should see an orthopedic. I'm going to New York. What do you, all right. I knew the bones weren't like broken. So I was going to be all right. Okay. We get here. Also I have this thing called ulcerative colitis, right? And for those of you,
I don't think a lot of people know.
So for if you don't know what that means, basically it means I shit blood if I eat anything with food in it, right?
So to date a comedian.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you need medicine to take care of it when it's acting up. And so it started acting up and I need medicine. So I'm walking to the doctor to get prescribed this medicine. And I was like, my knee kind of hurts. I don't know why, but whatever. And then the next day, it's the size of a volleyball, like literally. And I was like, oh my God, that's not good. So
now he has digestive issues, a broken wrist still, and a fucked up knee.
But I survived.
But you still have a job.
I mean,
so work.
Bitch,
no?
Yeah. You got, they're like, in life and death, this girl's going to work for us. So let's go.
But I'll watch Friends in the background.
The thing is walking still sucks. And in New York, you got to walk everywhere, right?
Yeah, no, literally. That's why I think you're lying to me. Because I'm like, why did you go to the grocery store?
I know.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
So I went to the grocery store today. I went to good old Trader Joe's.
She went to the TJ's.
So a few things about that. I don't know if you touch on this, but grocery stores in New York are all different kinds of pricings. Like you have very expensive ones that aren't even a Whole Foods. They just look like a trashy regular grocery store.
Right.
They're like $7 for milk.
Yeah.
Or $8 for spinach. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, but spinach should be like $3 max.
Right. Well, we talked about this. We're at the point where it's like, we go into a grocery store and I see a price. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm like, I don't know if this is right, wrong, cheap, expensive. I don't fucking know anymore, dude.
Yeah.
It changes so much.
Something that stayed consistent has been Trader Joe's, thankfully. And I'm like a Trader Ho. So I'm like, I will go there.
Yeah.
But our nearest Trader Joe's isn't that bad, but it is a 30-minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. But another thing is, in New York, and we've learned this while traveling, in a few cities actually, only one Trader Joe's in the city sells wine.
Alcohol.
No, because they sell beer.
No.
They won't sell wine.
The one down the street?
I'm pretty sure there's beer there. I've seen IPAs. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe they're like fake looking.
I didn't say nothing. I just made noises.
They're like kombucha IPAs.
Right, yeah. They're like not real.
They're like 4.1% and it doesn't count or something.
Adult Girl Scouts outside of it trying to sell it.
Ew.
Yeah. I can see that here in Brooklyn.
Anyway, so only one. So we love these little wine sparkler things from Trader Joe's, whatever the fuck they're called. Anyway, I was like, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's today and I'm going to get this. And I got 3 4-packs, 2 bottles of wine, and groceries. Yeah. And I had to carry it on the train by myself back because obviously Will's like injured as shit. So I was Miss Independent.
That's my baby.
Gosh, I mean, I did it, but like, damn, it is not easy to grocery shop here.
She's my hunter.
Yeah. I just got on the subway.
I know, right? But still, no.
I had to walk to the subway.
Carrying all them bags, like, no, it sucks.
And I had my work bag with my laptop and my agenda and like a little.
Yeah, that's like
all the snacks I did or did not steal from work.
God, the only other time that I had to like walk with groceries was when I was a freshman in college at Georgia State. And where the dorms were, I had to walk a mile to a Publix, which is the more expensive. It's not the Kroger.
Publix is very expensive.
It's fucking stupid. And
it's like Ralph's.
Every single time you go, okay, liquids are the most heavy always. So it'd be like if my roommate was coming to me, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get Sunny D, like milk. You're gonna hold them, and I'll hold the food.
Sunny D.
You know, Hawaiian Punch. I remember like the big one.
You would buy Hawaiian. Yeah. Only for alcohol purposes, right?
No, well, at the time, too, I was like, it was the first time I was like, I can buy whatever I want. Holy shit. Like, it was, so I was like, I like Hawaiian Punch. And then I'd buy like
and Sunny D.
The big ass, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're
talking about. They're not even
about.
2 gallons. They're bigger than that.
That's how I was like, is it for alcohol purposes?
That's
like, are you making a punch at your frat party?
No, it's sadder. It's just me drinking it.
You're just like, I love Hawaiian Punch.
So, but you would think, you're like, that thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I could buy it. I want it, but I can't. So you buy think about, and we'd always joke. It's like, oh man, you're like ripped. You've been working out. It's like, nah, dude. I just been going to the grocery store a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. Try living in New York.
Yeah. But also I will say though, the worst part too about where I had to walk across the bluff, which is the fucking projects. So there was like 1,000,000 homeless people.
So they wanted your Hawaiian
Yeah, what do you
Punch.
think? Yeah, you're walking with like Pringles and shit. Like, I'm a college student, so it's like everything that they eat. They love it. They're like, God damn, boy. Is that a Totino's frozen pizza? I eat that shit raw, all the bread.
Ew.
Yeah, well, they're homeless.
Probably.
I think they're gonna heat that up.
They're like, what is...
But yeah, anyway, carrying your groceries sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's New York for you. But also imagine now carrying your groceries and you get home and you have to go up 4 flights of stairs.
Which we don't have a walk
to your
up.
little tiny apartment. You know?
You're not painting a good picture.
It could be way worse.
Our apartment's nice.
Our apartment now is nice.
The other one's okay.
Hmm.
You know what's weird is I should be the one doing that because I'm 6 feet tall. And I have a head that can hit things.
I'm a girl and I like windows and natural lighting.
She's like that natty light.
We were in a basement.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pretty good basement, I will say that.
Hey, episode 2 in Portland, we stayed in a basement, but this one you didn't like as much. You would definitely like Portland basement over this basement.
Yeah. I think it's because the window in Portland, there was 2 windows, first of all.
Yes.
One in the bedroom and one in the living room. So there was one by where I'm working.
Yeah, kind of.
Whereas our Astoria Airbnb, there was no light.
It was about the size of a mailbox slit. Like, it actually, FY, it was the mailbox slit.
The New York one.
Yeah, the New York one.
Okay, but I don't know if you remember when we started this whole traveling thing. I never wanted a single basement, and we've stayed in so many because of unfortunate.
Because they don't cost money.
Like, I literally was like, I don't want to ever be in a studio, and I don't want to ever be in a basement. And I feel like I've been in like at least 4 now.
Isn't that funny? That's like a rich person thing. Just getting to enjoy sunlight.
But it's so nice.
Well, yeah, that's why I guess it costs more.
Look how many windows we have now. We like have curtains that block the light. You know that you're in a good spot.
Well, this place is actually cheaper too than the other.
Yeah.
Which is ironic.
Also, it wasn't even a real 1 bedroom. It was like a studio. There was no door between the bedroom and the living room.
Also, we got the full New York experience. Our upstairs neighbors was a dorm frat house, but filled with like old people. Okay, so they're definitely not from America. Where do you think they're from?
But they are.
No, what is their accent?
It's like they have an accent, but they're saying every single correct word and every single curse word in the right.
Oh, yeah. It's there. All right. So there's definitely a dad who's mad as fuck.
All the time.
Just daily, just screaming into his phone. But like in the way that he's like, when my dad's disciplining me hardcore, like that's what it sounds like. And you're like, Jesus Christ, dude, every day. And also, it didn't matter the time of day. People were fucking scattering.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Or like playing soccer.
A sport, maybe basketball, bowling.
Yeah, they were just, everyone was moving. Yeah, basements are not great.
In New York, but I was like, it's New York. It's New York. That's what they do.
But also, studios in New York will be the price of 2 bedrooms everywhere else.
So we have a friend.
Yes, our friend is paying, she's in a really good location, like Hell's Kitchen, super in the city. But she's paying like $1,600 for a studio. Is that what it is?
No. She's paying $2,100?
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. You didn't know that?
I think I lied to myself.
No. $1,600? I'd have been like, okay.
I think you're right.
No, I know I'm right.
Oh my God.
How do you forget that number?
Ignore me.
Yeah, well, I think you blacked out when you heard it. Yeah. But I took it in because I'm like,
I can't comprehend.
I will never forget that. I was like, motherfucking.
Shit, I think you're so right, baby.
I know I'm right. You can text her right now.
Yeah.
$2,100 for a studio, but it's like a studio.
$2,100.
Yeah.
I can get a beautiful... I was paying... Yes, I think you're right because I think I remember saying this. Me and Allie were paying $2,100 for a 2-bedroom in almost downtown LA.
Y'all, you hear how many times she said you're right? It sounds so good.
Oh my God.
It sounds so good.
You're wrong.
But you know I'm not. Let's go.
Wrong.
Okay. Now you're just being...
I know. And then... along with her getting this apartment that was way over anyone's price point, she was telling us the terribleness of apartment hunting, and so have a few other people.
Yeah, our coworkers are like looking for places.
And it's like broker's fee. I never knew that.
Yeah, only in New York I've ever heard of that. Yeah, basically. So
it is only a New York thing.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
Yeah, maybe in another city, but I doubt it. Maybe Chicago now. I don't know.
I'm like, I thought they just took commission from the rent from the landlord.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's all post-COVID too. We're all learning it. So it's like COVID prices were really good, and then they immediately go. They're all hiking it like $2,000. $2,000 from what you initially signed, which you go, is that illegal? And it probably is.
It probably is.
We're gonna go to small claims court and try and do some shit, and you lose more money. So no, you're not gonna do nothing.
We're talking about brokers.
Yeah, I know.
And how that's like a crazy, like people are paying at least $1,000. I could be totally wrong. It's probably like $4,000.
Yeah. $4,000 just to sign a lease. And it's not your...
It's not your down payment.
Or your deposit.
Or your first and last month.
None of that. It's just... we'll allow you to take your pen out and put ink to this paper for $4,000 extra.
I will say we've been talking more and more about like, is New York a potential city to live in?
God damn it, I wish.
I feel like that's my number one con. That should take over like 10 cons. Like, how do you apartment hunt? How do you take your groceries anywhere? How do you move from one apartment to another?
How do you move from an apartment, like...
I guess you just pay movers. You're not going to carry that again and again and again.
Yeah, you just have to have so much money to exist here.
I went to is she your great aunt?
Yeah, Marguerite.
Yeah. Went to her place. She had a beautiful little apartment in Chelsea, I think it is.
Yeah.
She had a beautiful giant piano in the living room.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the first things I asked was, how did you get this up here?
Because she was on like the 8th floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, great question. You got to ask it. That is the literal elephant in the room. How did you get this here? And then Kurt her son explained it.
It came apart, luckily, but he was saying if it doesn't come apart, you literally have to pay for a crate to bring it through the windows, and that is like tenfold. It's like you're either gonna get driven to the hospital or you're gonna take the ambulance. You know the ambulance is 10 times more expensive.
Yeah. Are you saying crate?
The thing that carries the things.
Right. What's it called?
A crate.
A crate.
A crate?
What are you saying?
What is it called?
You tell me.
I was saying a crate, but
you're not American.
Not right.
What is it called?
I was saying a crate.
Yeah, that's right. Crate. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
CRATE.
Yeah. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
You're saying it right.
Okay. Woo. No.
No, baby.
Oh, so it's not a crate?
No, it's a crane.
Oh, I was so fucking close.
Yeah, but...
One word, one letter.
Yeah, but come on, language is... That's how simple it is.
Crane. Whoa.
You know what else? Vinegar? Say it. Say that word.
Vinegar?
Now imagine not the first part of that word. What'd you just say? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, it's only 2 letters.
You suck.
I'm just saying, language is that delicate. Anyway.
A crane is how you bring up shit in little tiny expensive little New York apartments.
So expensive. Everything's expensive here.
Isn't it?
It's like there's cheap stuff and then there's everything's not. I can tell you every city I've ever been in, San Francisco is really close, but I never lived there, so I would go with New York.
Yeah, I would go with New York too. Yeah.
It's so expensive.
I think I would. It's always just like the lifestyle. I don't know if in San Francisco it's the lifestyle, but like in New York, it is like, we're going to go to dinner and then we're going to this bar and then we're going to go to that bar. And it's like, no, we're going to dinner or we're going to the bars.
Yeah. We're not
doing both. Yeah. Oh, and happy hour before dinner. Duh. But I was at dinner with my intern last night, right? And so he's living in the Bronx.
Right. He's a white motherfucker.
Yeah, I found out Jewish white motherfucker from Boston, like suburban Boston.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I found out it was supposed to be 7 people in his apartment and it's only 3. And I'm like, where are you living? Are you
7?
Okay?
It's a mansion.
7 people.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So I was like asking him, like, do you cook your meals? Like, what do you do? Do you buy every single meal out? He's great, but he's an intern and he's going to school in New York City and he's living in a 7-bedroom, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
7 person. Anyway, yeah, he was saying like, no, I can't. Because again, the New York lifestyle. So he's like, I get home so late. Like, it's like, I need to eat right now. I just need to buy food.
Oh, right.
You know?
Right.
And then it's like, you just got to pay for that. That's the lifestyle.
Hustle, man.
Grind. But then you're hustling and grinding to pay for your little necessities.
New York is very capitalistic in a certain way. Because it was like, all right, so like one of our friends, right, talking about how people, like, they don't travel. They just stay in New York. Maybe we even talked about this. It's because they can't afford it. But also it's like, you have to just work to stay alive here.
But do you think it's the whole idea of like, same thing I was saying about your knee? Like, I'm like, are you lying to me because you're lying to yourself? Like, you sure you don't want to travel? Or are you just saying like, it's like they almost make it sound like New York is traveling. And I'm like, totally. There's so many aspects of New York. But no. There's so much to the world.
Right. I think...
But you can't afford it. Like, you literally can't.
Everybody in every city is lying to themselves about something. 100%, because I think they go, why would I travel when obviously New York is the best city in America?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Obviously New York is the best city in America.
I would also be like, it is. But, you know, sometimes you still got to switch it up.
All the time. You should switch it up.
It's like if I was just dating Cubans, that'd be weird. You gotta switch it up.
Aren't you?
Right now?
Okay.
Yeah. You too? If you were just dating white guys,
Whoa.
you know?
No, I have not at all. You're
I know.
my first.
Exactly, lately.
I switched it up.
You switched it up. Anyway.
So we did have one of those bougie New York meals, right?
We have a coworker who whose friend also from Atlanta is like a chef. I thought it was like a Michelin restaurant, but it's definitely not. It's like I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. I've never eaten at one. I'm just saying that like it's still a bougie restaurant, right? You know, obviously we have this chef who's gonna give us like extra plates on top of our meal. You have to set a reservation. You better not fucking miss that reservation.
Oh, the pressure was on.
Dude, it was. I've never felt that. Like I thought I bought not even like my friend bought $100 ticket, and I don't want to let him down. So it's like.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good with timing, but I feel like I felt the pressure of like I'm the Hispanic woman. I cannot fuck this up.
Right. And so we go. It's schwanky, you know. It's nice. We have, I mean, the most attentive waiters.
Oh my god!
I've ever seen in my entire life. You
can't put your napkin down
No.
on the table without them like refolding it and putting it back on your lap.
Yeah.
It's like that is not where it belongs.
Right. So if there is one thing, all you do is eat and drink in New York. So the restaurant biz here, I mean, I would think if you can run New York in the restaurants, like you can run it anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, because this is like the place
very true.
Has every kind of environment in a restaurant, which now I get, like when people talk about the atmosphere of a restaurant, I'm like, dude, it is like crazy how different they can all do that. But anyway, this one, yeah, they fold your it was so weird. And I've never had to ask for water or anything. They just brought it to me.
Yeah. But I think that's like the beauty of New York. At least for us, we've been able to experience both. Like we'll totally have dollar pizza for lunch and then go to that swanky restaurant for dinner.
Which FYI, I would never pay that money to eat that food. Does that make sense?
We did get hooked up, I'll admit.
Yeah,
with
but
the amount of food.
Even with, all right, so that's what's even worse. Even with that, I'm still going like, no, bro.
Our friend isn't listening.
If people pay this, like, what the fuck are they doing? It's just paying more money to feel better. That's what I think at that point. I don't know. I didn't taste it. It was good. It was good. I'm not saying it was bad, but it's like the price of what it was, and it was a hookup. Like, fuck that. You know it, because it was like the next day. What do we get? Like euros from a trash can? And I was like, see, you know how great this is, and it was free. And you're like, you're right.
Oh, baby.
No, what was it? What did we get?
Not euros. Definitely not from a trash can.
I know. Well, anyway, but it was something crazy that I was like, you know how much
probably Chinese food from the place
from the trash can. Yeah. It was that yellow sign, green text.
Oh my God.
Holla back.
You know you're in for a good time, not a long time when you got it though.
We went again because her sister's in town. There was like 8 scooters in the where you
parked
sit down.
Inside of the restaurant. What? Did they steal all of
And
those?
there was just like a little Hispanic dude still just wearing his motorcycle helmet, just sweeping.
Around the... It wasn't scooters. Wasn't it like full-on motorcycles?
No, I went like a motorcycle. They're like mopeds.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was still just the dude wearing his helmet. You didn't take it off. You can take your helmet off to clean, bro. Like... And it was also like 8 to 10. Like you guys are renting out the front of the restaurant and cooking in the back. All right. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think you mentioned on this. You're like, I'm not even the cheap one.
I did.
You noticed that, Will.
I did.
I think what you were trying to say is, Will, because you're a guy, only men are cheap and women aren't cheap. Which I have to say.
I wasn't saying that. I was saying out of our relationship,
I'm going to say it.
You're cheaper. Not cheaper.
Women aren't cheap.
You're more conscious of money.
Women aren't cheap. Only men are cheap.
You're more conscious of money.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound better like a reduction in size?
Yeah, you're so corporate, baby. Look at you.
I know, you call me corporate all the time.
Because you are. Look at you. You know how to twist words and make them look pretty.
What did I just say? I should save that.
I know. What did you say? You're like
more conscious of money.
Yeah,
Ooh.
fiscally responsible.
But you are. You really are. But yeah, men are normally cheaper than women.
Why? Just kidding. I know why.
You start us off.
I don't know why. Oh, okay. I would say, okay, men, we just know how to.
You're going to go full tilt right now?
Should
go.
We? No, well, I don't know. I was going to just basically be like, all right, so it would be like, we don't see the point in extraneous things. Like, we don't give a fuck about comfort in certain ways. Like, we can just live with less. We just know how to. We don't give. We can enjoy the simple things in life, and it isn't hard to please us.
Yeah, I can agree because I think women love comfort.
Yeah.
Like
high maintenance.
But so do you guys.
Like
if
what?
we just pay for it and bring it in. I actually was just having this conversation the other day. I don't remember what the item was, but it was like the girl asked the boyfriend, like, oh, should we buy this for a camping trip? And the boyfriend was like, no, we don't need that. And she bought it anyway. And then, of course, he fucking used it and loved it the entire trip.
All right, so.
And it's like, of course you do. We all want it.
We would love free things, but it's not about that. So a dude's brain goes, okay, I could use that, but how would I not use that and use something I already have? You know,
right.
Like, I don't know. I guarantee every dude's like me in that way. It's like, I don't need to buy that shit. I can figure it out on my own, or I have a thing that can do that thing already.
Yeah.
I just can, it's like we just figure out like a way of just like minimizing what we need. I don't know why. That's why we're fucking CEOs, man.
No.
We don't ball out.
No.
We fire everybody.
Cheap is a negative connotation, so it's like I definitely...
It is a negative, but
like I wouldn't want a cheap guy who doesn't want to do anything, or doesn't want to go out, or doesn't want to eat this, or doesn't want to buy that. Like, feels like a constant, like, no. I couldn't do it.
Well, that's like I'm
a traveler. Like, it's like I can't be with a cheap person.
Yeah. You need a dude who makes money.
Probably,
Good for you to say that. Not, I would just buy his things because obviously they will enjoy it and love it. You're like,
I will.
I will break up with him because he can't afford my personality.
I said if he's always talking about it.
Right.
No, I would date. Okay, there's a difference also. Now you're bringing into it a whole other thing.
I love it.
About cheap or poor.
Sure.
Or like less financially stable than you. I think cheap is actually when you are the same financially stable as me.
Yeah, you're right. Good call.
And you keep talking about the money and blah, blah, blah. And like, it's like, what? You make more than me. Like, shut up. You can afford it.
Who are you talking about?
The general consensus of cheap.
Well, I think maybe I know now I'm like, especially with like the stereotype of like a cheap guy, it's like we get 1-ply toilet paper and well,
that's an extreme I would never even get to.
Reuse it.
But I've also like, so for example, our friend.
Is it a comfort
I don't know
thing?
if we can say this.
Why not?
We'll say it. If we need to erase it, we'll erase it. But our friend Paula, her half-brother, right? They used to live together in Miami in like a beautiful apartment in downtown Miami that I'm pretty sure his dad bought, and they were like paying very little rent for. And he was like in finance, and Paula was a college student.
Oh my God. Keep going.
And he would come to her and be like, I think you're using too much toilet paper. Like, that is what I mean by fucking cheap.
No, I know.
Shut the fuck up. You're really going to charge on toilet paper? It's like your story you've told me about your guy that was charging on, like, you use more of the internet.
Yeah, we had I live with a roommate, which, FYI, I'm fiscally responsible.
You definitely are.
But I've never met a guy that was like, just did way, way worse than me. He was trying, so there's like 3 of us in the house, and he was trying to argue that we're at the house more, so we probably use more of the bandwidth of the Wi-Fi, so we should pay more. Even though it's one price, it's not a usage.
Yeah.
He was trying to negotiate that, and it was like, oh my God, dude. Which, you know, normally I'd say, okay, maybe they're, I guess in my mind, I'll be like, to those extremes that they don't have money. But then it's like, maybe they're just like crippled with anxiety that they don't have money. But
if they don't have money, then
I guess what I'm trying to
it.
get at, though, is why I would think that that's maybe like a human thing. But I don't know of a single girl. Because, like I said, it'd be like, I know, let's say one of your friends who will still spend more money than me, and I know I make more than her because her job
like
is unemployment, you know? I don't know. It's weird that it's a biological thing. Like it is a gender thing.
Because it's like a stereotype, but also it's
Well,
like how with
like,
every lie comes a truth, with every stereotype is also truth. Like, obviously, where did this stem from? Enough people in that culture or in that gender were doing the thing, you know?
Do you think in a gay couple, they just don't go anywhere? But then in a lesbian couple, they're broke as fuck.
Not that, but then again, I'm just gonna get canceled because I'm like, do gay guys connect with feminine gender? No, but then erase the gender, just feminine qualities. And I think it is a feminine quality to have comfort and to enjoy things. It is expensive. I feel like all girls definitely have a giant credit card debt, for sure.
They do.
For sure.
They statistically do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know then.
But I was going to say, it's like, gay dudes do ball out. That's why they live in the best neighborhoods. And then I'm like, don't lesbians camp a lot? Is that a thing? I'm going to make it a thing. No, they just like hang out in like a cool way. They're like, let's build a fire, you know? Let's look at the stars. Yeah, that's a dude thing now, you know?
Right.
Which is the free thing, which is like, and then gay dudes are like, I'm trying to buy a table in Vegas. And you're like, what?
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts though as to why the stereotypical, like, why aren't women cheap?
Are you fishing for something? I don't know.
No, I'm just like, do you have any more? Because I'm trying to think of more. And like, it's obviously like comfort and things. And I hate to think of it as things because that just makes it sound so like materialistic.
Oh, I was going to say this then. Because it is like, all right, so women spend money on it for comfort, and men generally, how you're raised is to suppress comfort. Like, you don't need comfort because comfort is weakness. So it's like, I don't need that. So why would I want it? So maybe it's
why is comfort weakness?
Because if you comfort is like something you need, something like, I need a soft pillow. Oh, I need something sweet to chase this coffee down.
But then that's you guys. I feel like also.
But you get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Like, oh, you punched me in the arm. I know it hurts, but it doesn't hurt. I don't give a fuck. How about this? You know what's comfortable? Crying. Don't fucking cry, you pussy. Right? But
then we can go into conversations of joint bank accounts and all of that.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
It is.
Because I would never want to have control over what I can spend. Because I am a woman. I'm probably going to buy some dumb shit that I'm going to love.
Yeah, we're not going to.
And then you're going to love it too.
I will never be like, no, because you would spend everything on bikinis.
No, only like $100 a summer.
Yeah. And that's it, y'all. That's what we're going to talk about right now. I'm too tired.
We have so much more to do.
I'm going to sleep.
We'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Cheers.
Peace. oh, sure, maybe, but it's like, it doesn't make sense, but it'd be like how it used to be a single income home forever until recently, right? Now it's usually dual, but it used to be single. So it's like, who makes the money? The guy makes the money. The guy gives the money to the woman and the family. Like they're the ones who are paying for everything all the time. So they're like essentially the dam on the river.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, no, that's about it, I guess. And that's why I would think it's like, but that doesn't make sense why it would be in dudes in general.
No, in my head, it's like that doesn't make sense as to why women wouldn't be cheap, because I would be like, we were always relying on you to support. Like, you're going to give me an allowance, essentially. So I'm actually going to be cheaper because I don't even know what I'm working with. Right?
But
so maybe now we're finally making our own money.
Yeah.
Could make just as much, hopefully. If we're really lucky, it could make more. So it's like, I think because maybe we were denied this just innately, I don't know, maybe something in our hormones are finally like, it's like we just got a giant race as like a gender.
You did.
And we're like, we're gonna enjoy it.
No,
like,
right.
Let's enjoy our money. That's what it's here for.
Or did you ever make money when you were like 12?
Not when I was 12. Unless like for example, my uncle would give me $1 if I finished my dinner before him. Yeah. I'd make $1.
Right.
That kind of thing.
So you don't save money when you're like a kid. So like you're talking about allowance, right? You spend all that. You spend every single dime you have.
I never got an allowance.
But anyway, you made a reference to that with women in the 50s and they would get an allowance. Yeah. So I'm also equating it to like in the same sense, like you're not saving that money necessarily for a future long-term thing for yourself. You're just spending that money. So it's like you get a cent because it's like the bank, it's an ATM in a sense. It's like if you pull out cash from an ATM, you're not saving $1. You're spending every single cent. Like you're spending all those dollars. So that's maybe a reason why I'd be like, well, I have this money. I'm going to spend it. Why wouldn't I?
Well, I mean, this could be a whole other conversation.
As an adult, but yeah.
This could be a whole other conversation because then it becomes into like joint incomes versus not income. So that's what I'm equating it to. For example, like women now make their own money. So they want to spend it their way because this is a recent thing. Like if you're really looking at the biological years, this is a very recent thing.
Women